Mary Magdalene, the hidden truth behind the mystery. Mary Magdalene, a name that has echoed through history, shrouded in mystery, controversy, and intrigue. She has been venerated and vilified, elevated and reduced to mere stereotypes. Over centuries, her image has been reshaped, distorted, and reinterpreted, transforming her into an enigma within Christianity. But beyond the legend, who was this woman? Tradition tells us she was a repentant sinner, a fallen woman who found redemption. However, what if that version was a deliberate manipulation? Ancient religious texts depict her story in fragmented accounts, surrounded by contradictions. Sometimes revered as a saint, other times marginalized as a sinner, her role was altered for reasons few have dared to question. Some describe her as a devoted disciple, others as a close confidant of Jesus. But there are those who argue that her role was far more significant, so crucial that it had to be erased from history. Was Mary Magdalene merely a privileged witness to the resurrection, or did she possess knowledge that threatened the power structure of early Christianity? Apocryphal Gospels suggest that her connection with Jesus extended beyond what official history admits. Why were these accounts hidden? What truths do they conceal? As we delve into her story, we enter a labyrinth of secrets, conspiracies, and imposed silences. Mary Magdalene may hold the key to a lost message buried in time. In this journey, we will separate myth from reality, analyzing hidden evidence in ancient texts to reconstruct the true identity of one of Christianity's most enigmatic figures. What is it that they don't want us to know about her? Why has her story been rewritten? And who benefited from her altered narrative? It's time to question everything we thought we knew. Today we uncover the hidden history of Mary Magdalene, revealing the truths that history tried to erase. A distorted image. Throughout the centuries, Mary Magdalene's image has been shaped by interpretations that bear little resemblance to historical reality. The Church presented her as a disgraced woman in need of redemption. However, if we examine the oldest Gospels, there is not a single reference linking her to prostitution. This idea was added later and repeated until it became an unquestioned truth. But why was this narrative constructed? The answer may lie in the need to diminish her significance within Jesus' inner circle. Portraying her as a sinner stripped her of spiritual authority. In the 6th century, Pope Gregory solidified this false version in a sermon, merging Mary Magdalene with other anonymous women from the Gospels, deliberately confusing their identities to reinforce this perception. This was not merely a mistake, but a strategic move to emphasize that salvation came only through repentance, rather than the spiritual wisdom that Mary Magdalene may have possessed. From that moment on, her image was reduced to that of a repentant woman, an archetype useful for an ecclesiastical structure that sought to limit the role of women in spiritual leadership. But in the early days of Christianity, her position was very different. Mary Magdalene was not just a follower, she was one of Jesus' closest disciples, possessing knowledge reserved for a select few. Her understanding of Jesus' teachings was so profound that some apocryphal gospels portray her as a true spiritual guide, a woman who grasped his message on a deeper level. However, this image of a wise and respected woman did not fit within the patriarchal structure forming within Christianity. To avoid internal disputes, her role was silenced and distorted. Over time, Gnostic texts depicted her as a bearer of secret wisdom, someone to whom Jesus entrusted special revelations. This posed a challenge to those who wanted to centralize authority in male apostles. In many of these texts, Peter himself expresses discomfort with Mary Magdalene's presence, questioning her right to share teachings, evidence of a real conflict within early Christianity. The image of a repentant sinner served to strip her of her central role, reducing her to a symbol of moral transformation instead of recognizing her as a spiritual teacher with profound knowledge. Over time, this version of Mary Magdalene prevailed, reinforced by sermons and artistic depictions that perpetuated her as a fallen woman redeemed by Jesus. However, if we examine the original gospel messages, she was much more than that. Mary was a pillar in the most crucial moments, a key witness to the resurrection, and a figure of authority. So what does this tell us about the history of Christianity? How many other narratives were altered to fit a power structure that excluded women from leadership roles? A testament of faith and devotion. Today, many scholars and theologians seek to restore the true image of Mary Magdalene, not as a repentant sinner, but as a woman who played a vital role in spreading Jesus' message. Her true teachings have remained hidden for centuries, but lost texts offer clues about her real influence. Mary Magdalene may have been the most enlightened disciple of her time, yet her legacy remains shrouded in mystery. Could it be that her real message invites us to question what we think we know about Christian history? If her role was as significant as these texts suggest, what else has been hidden from us? Perhaps it is time to rewrite history and recognize Mary Magdalene for what she truly was, a spiritual leader. But if she was not the sinner we were led to believe, then who was she? Next, we explore her connection to Jesus and the lost knowledge she may have inherited. The first witness of the resurrection. Mary Magdalene emerges in the Gospels as an unwavering figure. When many disciples fled in fear, she remained by Jesus' side, witnessing his suffering until his final breath. Her loyalty never wavered. While others hid, she did not recoil from the brutality of the crucifixion. In a society where a woman's voice held little authority, her courage defied established norms. After Jesus' death, as fear gripped his followers, Mary Magdalene took the initiative. She was the first to approach his tomb, unaware that she would witness something extraordinary. The Gospels recount that upon arriving at the sepulchre, she found the stone rolled away. Jesus' body was gone. Confused and distressed, she sought answers, until an unexpected presence changed everything. A man appeared before her in the early morning light. Her eyes saw him, but her mind did not immediately recognize him. She assumed he was the gardener until she heard him speak. With a single word, her name, Mary, everything transformed. She recognized the unmistakable voice of Jesus. This encounter was no coincidence. Jesus chose her to be the first witness of his return. In a society where women's testimonies carried no legal weight, this act defied all expectations. It was not Peter, John, or any other apostle. Jesus entrusted Mary Magdalene with the most crucial message in Christian history. Without hesitation, she ran to deliver the news. Her voice carried hope to the disciples, still consumed by fear and despair. Her role was crucial in solidifying the Christian message. The significance of this event is undeniable. Jesus could have appeared to anyone, but he chose Mary. Could this indicate that their relationship was deeper than we have been told? The fact that Jesus trusted Mary Magdalene in this way suggests she had a unique spiritual understanding. She was not just a follower, but someone with a special connection to his message. Her prominence in the resurrection forces us to reconsider her role in early Christianity. Over time, her image was minimized, transforming her into a mere penitent. But the Gospels make it clear her role was essential. Without her, the resurrection would have lacked its first witness. Christianity was built upon the belief in the resurrection, and Mary Magdalene was the first link in that belief. Her testimony marked the beginning of a new spiritual era. If Jesus chose her for this pivotal moment, it means he considered her worthy of his trust. Her story deserves to be seen through fresh eyes, free from the distortions that relegated her to the background. The apocryphal texts portray Mary Magdalene as a woman of extraordinary spiritual insight. Her role extends beyond conventional depictions, making her the key to hidden knowledge. Perhaps it is time to uncover the truth that history tried to erase. If this video has inspired you, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And of course, share your experiences in the comments. Together we can build a strong and positive community. Thank you for joining us on this journey of growth and transformation. See you in the next video.